She called it fake, but that mistake nearly killed my daughter. Before watching the full story, comment below where you're watching from, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories. The afternoon sun had just started to slide behind the rooftops when I pulled into our quiet suburban street. My truck still dusted with sand from training. After years of deployment, I thought retirement would finally mean peace. But peace ended the moment I saw my 8-year-old daughter, Emma, sitting on our porch steps, her face streaked with tears. Her small hands trembled as she pressed them against her chest, where her heart monitor should have been. My pulse spiked faster than it ever had on any battlefield. "Emma, where's your monitor?" I asked, kneeling beside her. She took it, Daddy." "Who took it?" "Mrs. Patterson, from the HOA. She said it was fake," and threw it away. For a second, I couldn't breathe. That monitor wasn't just a gadget. It was my daughter's lifeline, the only thing warning us if her fragile heart faltered. I crouched lower, trying to stay calm. "Tell me exactly what happened," Emma sniffed. I was drawing with chalk on the sidewalk. She yelled that I was making the neighborhood messy. When she saw the monitor, she said I was pretending to be sick. Then, she pulled it off. I could see faint red marks where the straps had been. My fists clenched on their own. Years of discipline kept my voice level, but rage burned beneath every word. "She called you a liar for being sick," I said softly. "All right, sweetheart. Go inside, wait for Mom. Daddy's going to fix this." The walk across the manicured lawns felt like crossing enemy ground. Karen Patterson's house stood spotless, hedges trimmed to regulation perfection. She answered my knock with that practiced HOA smile that never reached her eyes. "Oh, Mr. Cole," she said, tilting her head. "If you're here about your daughter's little scene," I cut her off. "Where's the heart monitor you tore off her?" Her eyebrows lifted in mock innocence. "That ridiculous prop? I disposed of it. Probably where it belongs, in the dumpster behind the clubhouse." For a heartbeat, everything went silent in my head. The sound of my own breathing was louder than her voice. "You threw away an $8,000 medical device," I said. "Without it, my daughter could die in her sleep." Karen scoffed. "Die, please?" She was playing outside, clearly fine. I've seen plenty of parents exaggerate for attention. I stepped closer until she had to look up at me. I was a Navy SEAL for 15 years. I've seen men stop breathing in my arms. Don't test how calm I can stay when my child's life is involved. Her smirk faltered. "I didn't realize." "No, you didn't ask." She hesitated, then muttered, "Fine, I'll show you." We walked in tense silence to the community dumpster. The smell of garbage hit first. I climbed in without a second thought, digging through black bags until my fingers brushed the cold plastic of the monitor. I lifted it out, filthy, scratched, the screen dark. Behind me, Karen sighed. "See? You got it back." "Now about those chalk drawings," I turned to her, my patience hanging by a thread. "If this device fails because of what you did, I'll make sure you answer for it in every way the law allows." Back home, my wife, a nurse, cleaned and reconnected the monitor. When the small green light blinked alive, we both exhaled. Emma was safe this time. But that night, staring at her as she slept, I realized safety didn't just mean keeping her heart beating. It meant standing up to anyone who thought rules mattered more than people. 2 days later, a letter arrived. The HOA fined us $500 for chalk vandalism and demanded documentation proving Emma's medical condition. That was it. I'd fought pirates, insurgents, and storms at sea, but nothing matched the fury of reading that letter. So I gathered evidence, photos, medical reports, witness statements, and called for a community meeting. Every homeowner came, even Karen. When it was my turn to speak, I told them everything. I showed them the pictures of Emma after surgery, the marks on her ribs, the monitor covered in trash. The room went silent, then erupted. Neighbors rose one by one, families fined for toys on porches for paint a shade off beige. Their frustration turned to outrage. Someone shouted, "Vote her out!" Within minutes, the motion passed, unanimous. Karen Patterson, HOA President, removed from power effective immediately. Justice didn't stop there. The sheriff's office opened an investigation for theft and endangerment. Charges followed. The story spread through local news. HOA President endangers child by removing medical device. Karen's perfect reputation cracked overnight. She faced fines, community service, and a permanent mark on her record. But more important than her punishment was what happened next. The new HOA board rewrote its rules. Medical devices and accessibility equipment are protected. No fines, no exceptions. They called it Emma's Clause. A few months later, I watched Emma chalk bright flowers on the same sidewalk. Other kids joined her, laughing. No one yelled. No one cared about spotless concrete. She looked up and said, "Daddy, Karen doesn't hate me anymore, right?" I knelt beside her. "She can't hurt you again, sweetheart. Some people just forget what really matters." But you reminded them. The monitor on her chest blinked steadily, proof of life, courage, and second chances. As I watched her draw a giant heart across the pavement, I realized something. War teaches you how to fight. But being a father teaches you what to fight for, and this time, we'd won. Before watching the next story, don't forget to comment where you're from, hit like, and subscribe for more real stories that show. Sometimes the bravest battles happen right at home,